Hey, Steve Wagner, Virtual Properties. The role of this video is to show you how you can make $86,400 passive residual income in 5 years. A lot of people have come to me and said, hey, Steve, that just seems unrealistic. But it is very realistic, and I can see a lot of people well on their way. Matter of fact, they're ahead of schedule in arriving at that in 5 years. So let me kind of go over the math. This is a math thing to try to prove to everyone just how realistic this is, and hopefully you understand the math. And I'll try to make it as simple as I possibly can. Passive residual income, just so everyone knows, is income that you're earning now, that you're receiving now, that you've earned in the future, and you're not doing anything in the present to get that money, and it's coming month after month, year after year. Okay, and this is Virtual Properties exclusive program, custom made, nothing like it anywhere else out there. And if you share this, my fantasy, I have a vision here of some people sitting on the beach there, enjoying life, no stresses, no worries, very happy that they bought in this program and contributed to it, and they've got $86,400 passive residual income coming in, supporting this dream here. I would like to show you how this is done. Okay, so we're going to start macro, then go micro, then go macro again. So the big picture here is that we're going to count two different things. After 5 years, we're going to kind of count up $21,600 of level 1 income that's ongoing. Then we're also going to have to count the level 2 income, which is $64,800. You add the $21,600 and the $64,800. That's $86,400 total income. So strap on, I'm going to tell you how we come up with those figures. So before we go on, I just want to kind of show that a lot of people are out. We're giving out $400 checks and $500, $600 checks, a couple $1,800 check, a $1,500 check, a $1,200 check. You know, those are not a lot right now. But think about it this way: that right now, if you're on schedule to try to acquire $8,600 passive residual income after year 1. Okay, in 5 years, it's 10 times that much. It's exactly 10 times that much. So this is how it compounds and grows and so forth. And this is where we're trying to get a year 5, $86,400. I want to quickly go over the program here. As you know, we're using the 90%, the $1,500 cap. 85% of people are on it. So that's a safe plan to use, and that's where we draw our numbers out of. Half of the 10% goes into the 3-tier payout. We're mostly focusing. I want you to remember these numbers here. The level 1, just so remember, pays out 60% of the 5%. And the level 2 pays out 30% of the 5%. So just remember those for future numbers. All our numbers are based on this right here, on $200,000 average sales. Each person, is not written up here, but let me go ahead and tell you, that comes in there, the average, not, you can have one that does 2 units a year, another one that goes 15 units a year, but the average of everybody in your downline has to be 6 units a year. The average co-op fee is 3%, and that equals average of 6%. The main numbers, again, I got on each slide, I kind of highlight some main numbers. Again, 60% is $180 payout. Remember this. On this type of transaction, $200,000, 3%, you're going to get a check. Office is going to call and say you have a $180 check. Now, hopefully you're going to get a lot of them, because you'll see down the road there's a lot of numbers going on when you grow this thing after 5 years. $90 every time one of your level 2s does a payout. Again, the level 2 is somebody that your level 1 recruited. Your level 1 is your direct recruit. The level 2 could be someone you don't even know. Okay, so now, all right, focus in. Let's go over the calculation. First, we're going to show how to calculate level 1, and take some notes as we're doing this. Do your own math, please. I invite you to do this. As you know, it's a 5-year program. And as you know, the objective is for every agent to bring in 4 recruits a year. That's not a lot. That's 1 a quarter. But at the end of 5 years, you're going to have 20. Okay, so of these 20 that you bring in, they're going to, at the end of 5 years, the 5th year, they're going to do 6 transactions every year. So if your level 2s will do 120 transactions. Again, we're just counting level 1s right now. Okay, and so if you do the $180 times the 120 transactions, you're going to get $21,600 in passive residual income moving forward after year 5. That's just for the level 1. Now let's dive into level 2. It's a little more involved in level 2, but I'm going to try to go fast with this. Okay, each year we're going to add 4 level 1 recruiters. It's almost now, this is the beautiful thing about it, is that now You can't replicate yourself. Each year, all you're going to do is bring in 4. But guess what? Year 4 starts off with 4 here and then ends up becoming 8 the next year. Follow with me on this. All right, so your level 1s are not sanctioned, or not, their goal is not as high. They only have to bring in 2 a year. So at the end of year 1, they brought in 8. You have not carried over any more level 2s for the previous year. So at the end of year 1, you have a very modest 8 level 2s. Okay, so here's where the magic, hopefully you can see it. So the end of, we're going into year 2, you've got 8 level 1s to start the year because you ended with 8. Okay, and they all bring in 2 each, so now you got 16 level 2s at the end of the year. But guess what? That's not the total, because you got to bring in the 8 from the previous year. And so 16 plus 8 is now 24. So now at the end of year 2, you have 24 people out there hopefully doing those 200 transactions, earning those $90 every time. It will add up, trust me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I've kept the 2 for one purpose. We're going to kind of skip over it for a second. But so year 3, now we have 12. We start the year with 12 level 1s, because 3 times 4 is 12. Each year you're bringing in 4. You have 12 recruiters, 12 level 1s out there. Well, they bring in 2 each, and so that's 24 new level 1s gained in year 3. Well, okay, so the interesting thing is you already had 24 to start the year. So now you have another 24. So it's 24 plus 24. By the end of year 3, now you've got 48 level 2s out there earning those $90-ish commissions. It doesn't take a rocket science to start figuring out this stuff can add up very quickly. Okay, now I put year 3 there. We're going to skip over that for a second because we start the year 4 with 16. 4 level 1s you're bringing every year. 4 times 4 is 16. That's how we get that number. Of them, they're all recruiting 2 each. So that's 16 times 2 is 32. So we've got 32 new level 2s gained. But we had, look, at the end of year 3, we had 48. So we have to add 32 plus 48. Now we have a grand total of 80 level 2s working, earning those $90 checks and so forth. The level 2s is where the big money is, okay? And so now we're headed to the final year, year 5. We start the year of 20 level 1s because you've got 4 every year. 4 times 5 now is 20. All 20 of them in that year bring in 2 people, and that equals 40 new. These are brand new level 2s. Well, you had 80 the year before. Okay, so you have to do 40 plus 80. Now you have 120 level 2s by the year end. So let's go. Let's skip over this year 5. Let's go right in here and say, okay, we got 120 level 2s working for us. Well, they're doing 6 transactions each. That's a magical 720 transactions that are done. 720 transactions times 90 is $64,800 in level 2 only passive residual income. So how again do we get the $86,400? Well, we counted the level 1 income. And plus the level 2 income, $64,800 is $86,400 passive residual income. Okay, well, I'm hoping that you're seeing the vision, and I'm hoping that you'll be one of these people sitting out on the deck or sitting on the beach somewhere enjoying life and enjoying this beautiful thing called passive residual income. Thank you very much.